Hello everyone, I am Kajal and today we are going to discuss the digestion and digestive system in humans of the 6th class and we are going to discuss this chapter. Now, what do you mean by digestive system as well as digestion? In our body, different systems are there that are performing their specific functions for the good work of our body. Digestive system is also one of them. Now, what do you mean by digestive system? The food that we are having for the energy of our body, that food is digested in our body and converting into another form, and by that way that food is breaking down in the parts with the help of oxygen. When oxygen is mixed with that process takes place. It is converting in the form of glucose and giving some kind of minerals as well as proteins to our body for the functions of our body, for the metabolic activities of our body. So this is all about the digestive system that works in our body. So in this chapter we will discuss about the digestive organs, how they are working, what are their functions and other things. So let us begin. Firstly, digestive system. If we talk about the digestive system in the humans, that digestive system is having the two parts. First is alimentary canal and the second one is digestive glands. Now what do you mean by alimentary canal? From the model you can see that from the mouth here up to the stomach part, one tube you can see. This is known as the alimentary canal. What is the function of this alimentary canal? Alimentary canal is responsible to connect our mouth with our stomach part, and it is responsible to send the food from the mouth to the stomach for the digestion process. It is 9 centimeter long tube and is here the contraction takes place whenever the food is entered in the alimentary canal. The contraction of that food takes place, and with that contraction, with that peristalsis process, that contraction or relaxation of the food is known as peristalsis. So by that peristalsis process, this food is entering to the stomach part for the digestion process. Next is known as and here in the, if we talk about the alimentary canal is responsible for the digestion, absorption, ascension or ingestion. Ingestion means taking the food, digestion means digestion of that food, absorption means to absorbing that minerals that are needed for our body from that food, and ascension means to send out the waste or the waste substances from the food out from the body. So this is all about the alimentary canal. Second one is digestive glands. There are the three type of digestive glands. First is salivary glands. Salivary glands are present in our mouth. Salivary glands are 6 in number, means total 3 pair of salivary glands are present in our mouth part. So what is the function of salivary glands? Whenever we are having the food, we chew the food, that food is mixed with our saliva, and that saliva is giving the moisture to the food as well as is responsible for softening of that food. So it is softening the food as well as giving the moisture to the food. That is the function of the salivary gland. Second one is the liver part. Now liver, here if we talk about the this chapter, sometimes the locations also coming to you in the exam papers. So where the liver is present, liver part is present in the upper part of abdomen on the right side. So it is present on the right side upper part of the abdomen cavity. And what is the main function of the liver? Liver is responsible to digest the fats that are present in our body, in our food. That fats are digested by the liver. Third one is pancreas. Now pancreas, what is the location of pancreas? That is present below the stomach part. What is the function of the pancreas? Pancreas is responsible to absorb the proteins, fats and the carbohydrates that are present in the food. So this is the function of these three digestive glands as well as the alimentary canal. Hope you understood. Next one we are going to discuss about the digestion in the alimentary canal. How the digestion takes place in the alimentary canal. Firstly, if we talk about the alimentary canal is connected with our mouth. Mouth is having the buccal cavity too. Here the buccal cavity is there. What is the function of this buccal cavity or the mouth? Mouth is responsible to chew the food. Okay, whenever we are having the food, our teeth are cutting that food, and afterward the saliva that is coming from the tongue part is mixing with the food and giving the moisture to the food. By that moisture, the food is becoming very soft and it is easy for the food to enter in the alimentary canal, and from the alimentary canal it is going to the stomach part for the next digestion of the food. Next one, so this is all about the mouth part. The mouth or the buccal cavity is responsible for the chewing of the food, cutting of the food, as well as for the it is only the entry point of the food in our digestive glands. Next one is the food pipe or the esophagus. This is known as the food pipe. It is starting from the mouth and ending to the stomach part. What is the function of a food pipe? A food pipe is responsible to send the food from the mouth to the stomach part. And here, how this food is entering from the mouth to the stomach part. Here is the rhythmic contraction takes place as well as the relaxation takes place. That is known as peristalsis. I used this term before also. Peristalsis is the movement of the food in the food pipe. By that way, the food is entering from the mouth to the stomach part. So food pipe's function is only to send the food from the mouth to the stomach. Next part is stomach part. Now stomach is the U-shaped structure connect the food pipe with the small intestine. The function of the stomach is to connect the food pipe with the small intestine. So this is the stomach part. Stomach part is connecting the food from here, connecting the food pipe to the small intestine. What is the function of a stomach? In the stomach, there's different juices are secreting. There are the different gastric juices are secretion. Gastric juices secretion is there. Now, which kind of gases juices are secreting in the stomach part? Mucus, hydrochloric acid, and enzyme pepsin. Now, what is their function? They are responsible to digest the food and they are performing the specific functions. Now mucus is responsible to lubricate and protect the stomach lining. Okay, it is acting as a lubricant. It is protecting the stomach. Okay, next one, hydrochloric acid, and is responsible to kill the bacteria as well as for the digestion of our food. It is helpful. Hydrochloric acid. Third one, pepsin digests the proteins into the peptides. So pepsin is responsible to convert the protein in the form of peptides, digestive form. Next one is the small intestine. Small intestine is a highly coiled part and it is 7.5 meter, and that is present here, small intestine. What is the function of small intestine? It is responsible for the digestion of the food. Okay, digestion, how the digestion takes place in the small intestine, also the several secretion it is receiving from the liver as well as the pancreas. Liver is responsible to secrete the bile juice and pancreas is secreting the pancreatic juice as well as amylase, trypsin and lipase. What is their functions? They are converting the proteins, fats and the carbohydrates into the soluble forms in the small intestine. By that way, the food is converting in the soluble form, and the contents that are useful for the body, that are mixing with the blood, and with the help of blood that are going to the other parts of the body and giving the energy to our body for the other metabolic activities. And rest waste products are going for the filtration process, and afterward they are coming out from our body. So that is the function of the small intestine. Next one is the large intestine. Before starting the large intestine, I want to tell you one thing, that in the small intestine the villi are present. Small tubules are present in the small intestine, that is known as the villi or the villus. What is the function of the villi? Villi is responsible to increase the area for the absorption of the food. So more the villi are present in the small intestine, larger will be the area for the absorption of the food. So the number of villi are responsible for the absorption of food. More food is absorbed by the small intestine and they can convert it into the soluble forms. Next one is the large intestine. Large intestine is the shorter and the wider. This is known as the large intestine. Now large intestine having the two main parts, colon and rectum. Colon is U-shaped, inverted U-shaped, and rectum part is the small part and stores the undigested food. Now what is the function of rectum? To store the undigested food. Here in the large intestine there is no secretion of any kind of enzyme for the digestion of the food, as well as its main function is to absorption of the water and is for the assertion of the waste product. Means the main digestion takes place in the small intestine. Small intestine digests the food because the number of enzymes are secreting in the small intestine, but in the large intestine no enzyme secretes, as well as large intestine is absorbing the water and is responsible for the assertion process to send out the waste products that are not useful for the body out from the body. Okay, next is anus part. Anus is the opening end of the rectum part. Anus is the opening end of the rectum part, and this is responsible to send the waste that is coming out from the large intestine out from the body, and by that way our digestive system works. Means how the food is entering with the help of mouth, it is entering afterward with the food pipe, it is entering to the stomach, from the stomach it is entering to the small intestine, from the small intestine the undigested food is stored in the rectum part, and afterward the waste that is present in the generated from that food is coming out from the body with the help of anus. So this is all about the digestive system, how the digestive glands work. Hope you understood. Thank you very much.